place, and there will be no wind in another place. And the idea is to try and follow the wind as far as you possibly can, because you're going to hit some pockets where there is absolutely no wind, and they have to keep on watch all the time, because a boat can just shoot ahead and disappear almost within minutes.
Now coming up to the 1 minute. Okay, we're 1 minute from the next start, and while we're waiting for that next start, I'd like there's two guys up here that are going to be waving their arms in the air. These are your world-class sailors from Victoria that are going to the Under-21 Worlds in Hungary. They're selling 50-50 tickets to help them fund their campaign, and they got their arms up in the air. They're right beside the tent here. Come on over and support your world-class sailors as they travel all around the world to represent Victoria and Canada in this yacht racing sport.
The tickets will be drawn at 10:30.
So we're about 30 seconds from the start. You'll see the yachts coming up to the line. 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So they called all clear, the race committee called all clear, which means that yacht that was right on the bow of HMCS Yellowknife was actually slightly behind the line. And that yacht is the leader, of course, in this pack of 17. Don't know who it is yet, we can get a pair of binoculars on that. But what an amazing start. She's got clear air, nobody blocking her wind, and I'll let you know who that is. But tremendous skill. That boat is, the boat that won that start is a boat from Seattle, from the Caribbean Yacht Club of Seattle. It's called Flash. Tremendous skill in hitting that line.
You can pick out Dragonfly as the boat that looks like the top of the mast is being chopped off with a very flat top. This allows them to increase the size of the mainsail. It's got a very solid structure at the top, which allows it to stick out much farther. And there's one or two other boats that are the same, and then a lot of them with a more traditional point on top of their mast.
The Dragonfly being a multi-hull, of course. Dragonfly is the fastest boat in the fleet, going to Cape Flattery and back. This is probably going to be your first boat home this evening, probably sometime between 10 and 11 p.m., or as they like to say, before the bars close. Dragonfly again from Royal Victoria Yacht Club, and a long-time swifter competitor, extremely fast sailing boat, with zero room for accommodation inside, let me tell you. Those little hulls are tiny. So we're into the 10-minute sequence for our next start. This is going to be a real thrill because there's going to be 60 boats hitting the line. We've only seen 17 so far. That's a really small start line of 60 boats. They're going to be all on the line at the same time. It'll be a real event. So get your cameras ready. This is going to be something to watch. It's also likely we're going to have, well, if possible, we're going to have some infractions in the next start, just because the playing field is so large. And if a boat goes across the line early, they have to be identified by the race committee that's standing in front of me and also on HMCS Yellowknife. And there will be a lot of chatter on the radio calling these yachts that are over early. There'll be lots of flags going up in the air. And if too many of these yachts go over early, they're going to actually have a general recall of this start, which makes things really complicated because then we have to insert a restart into the sequence, which we'll try and explain to you if that happens.
To make things more difficult, the tide or the current is also going right this morning from left to right, so that not only are the boats going from left to right, they're being pushed faster by the current, and that generally causes havoc.
So so just to explain, Jill, the trick is not going too fast. Is that right?
Yeah, it really is a matter of very fine timing to try and get yourself on something. Right, the best, when the gun goes, clear air without being behind.
So already you can see Dragonfly taking the lead in this fleet. That's not a surprise. Of course, Dragonfly has a rating that means that she has to sail way in front of the other competitors in order to win. Dragonfly will likely take line honors for sure in the flattery race, but she may not win. Some of these boats that are lagging behind, they actually, the corrected time, that is when the rating is applied, might actually correct what we talk. So just a reminder, these guys are going on a 100-mile race, 100 miles at the crow flies, that is, probably saying a couple of hundred. They're going down to Mia Bay and back. And the next 60 competitors that are going to Mia Bay are getting ready to hit the line in about 7 minutes.
If you want to go in a race in a multi-hull, you want to go in the boat that is just across the line now, the big white one. Lovely interior with all the amenities. Unlike Dragonfly, which has no interior and no amenities, maybe a bucket.
So there is an area around the starting area called we call the box. And it has 4 corners that are controlled by Royal Victoria Yacht Club race committee vessels. And that is the area where only competitors for the next start are allowed to go. That box includes the area behind the start line and also ahead of the start line. Everybody else has to keep clear. All the media boats have to keep clear. By the way, there's a lot of media boats out there as well. Watch your newscast today, tonight. You'll see lots of really great footage of the start. This has actually been a really great year for starts. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're now 4 minutes from the start of the Cape Flattery race, 60 yachts. We're likely to see some activity with 60 yachts crossing the line. The race committee and the ladies in front of me are really being vigilant to make sure that they ensure that all the yachts cross the line properly and not too early. If we're going to see some mass confusion, it's going to happen here. So this will be really interesting. A great vantage point for taking photos is as these dots just come up to the line. There's going to be 60 of them, all with their noses together. That telephoto lens across there, a tremendous shot. Again, everybody's got breeze this year, which is great. Again, if you line yourself up between the crane and the flag at the bow of Yellowknife, that's the line. You'll be able to actually sight that line. A lot of preparation goes into Swifter for all these competitors. They've been working for weeks to get the boats ready, to get the crews in shape, practicing. We're very close to the start now of the next race, again, the Cape Flattery race. Just coming up on 2 minutes. A lot of nail biting going on out there in those yachts. You'll notice most of them have somebody positioned right up in the bow. They're the ones that are communicating with their skippers, boats that are around them, who has clear air, where they should go. You hear a lot of yelling and screaming until I stop talking for a minute. Just over a minute to go. Sorry, just over a minute. The one. Watch for these flags. Okay, so 1 minute from the start, I've got the horn. Remember, we got a gun for the start. Look at all those boats that are right on the line. Now they're going to dip back down and come back up. And again, there's some advantage to being up close to the line as opposed to way back in the pack if you don't go over too early. You're allowed to actually be in front of the line up until the start, up until the gun goes, then you have to dip down and go over. So you'll notice there's a couple of boats. There's one boat, the red one that's right on the line. That's one of our Royal Victoria Yacht Club members, a yacht called Kairos. Ron Jula. He's just turning now. 10 seconds. All clear. That was amazing. So the leader of that little contest, again, Ron Jula from the Royal Victoria Yacht Club. A lot of fans of Ron's around here. Did a perfect start. Stu?
I think he didn't get away with it. They're calling it.
Yes, look, he's turning. Oh, too bad. So Kairos now turning to go back around HMCS Yellow Knife. We have to go around the end of the line and then cross the line again to now be close to the back of the pack.
A good try, though. Good try.
Boy, that's a horse race, folks. You know, you don't win if you don't try, right? Keep in mind here that that the other yachts in this start also had to negotiate just behind that.